My father has a friend that used to work for NASA, and the other gentleman, I can't remember his name, but he let my dad borrow this book. In turn, I'm borrowing it. It's written by Robert Jastrow, God and the Astronomers. Here the gentleman is on the back of the book. Say hello. I want to read this passage out for people because it's, well, a piece of gold in my mind. I don't agree with everything in this book, but it's something that I wanted to point out. It's on page 29. While Humason measured the speeds of the galaxies, Hubble measured their distances. The distances were the missing pieces in the puzzle. A picture of a galaxy taken through a telescope does not tell how far away it is, because an object that is enormous in size and extremely bright may look small and faint if it is very distant. Were the spiral galaxies large, majestic objects, sailing through the reaches of space? Or were they relatively small and nearby bits of luminous matter? Until astronomers decided between these possibilities for the luminous spirals, they had no hope of deciphering the meaning in their rapid motions. A few astronomers held the first view. They argued that the spirals were island universes or true galaxies, enormously large and enormously distant, each containing billions of stars. In their opinion, the sun belonged to one island universe of stars, among many that dotted the vastness of space. But other astronomers felt uncomfortable with the idea of innumerable island universes, which relegated our entire galaxy to an insignificant place in the larger scheme of things. They preferred the second theory, which held that the luminous spirals were small, nearby objects, little pinwheels of gas, swirling in the space between the stars. Some proponents of this view even argued that each spiral was a newborn solar system, with a star forming in the center of the spiral and a family of planets condensing out of the streamers of gas around it. And James Jeans, a British physicist, thought the spirals were still more mysterious. He suggested that they could be places where matter and energy were pouring into our universe from some other universe existing in another dimension, like gas escaping from one room into another through a crack in the wall. Hubble settled the controversy. First, using the 100-inch telescope on Mount Wilson, he photographed several nearby spiral galaxies with great care, and showed that each one contained enormous numbers of separate stars. His photographs proved that the spirals were indeed island universes, or galaxies, very much like our galaxy. Furthermore, since the spiral galaxies contain so many stars, they must be very large, yet their apparent size, as seen in a telescope, was quite small. The implication was that they were extremely far away, far outside the boundaries of our galaxy. This was the first clear indication of the great size of the universe. Now, I wanted to bring this up because the nebular hypothesis stems from the belief that an entire galaxy is a solar system in formation. We still have that belief inside of institutionalized science, even in the 21st century. And ironically, Hubble not only falsified many other ideas, but I think that's the main one which people gloss over. He falsified the idea that those swirling bits of gas and dust, which are supposedly new solar systems, were actually entire galaxies. And still, that concept has not sunk in with establishment astronomy. They still hold the idea that a galaxy seen through there is somehow a solar system in formation. Subconsciously, of course they know it's an entire galaxy, but they still somehow kept that belief even though it was falsified by Hubble back in the 1920s. How exactly did that happen? Who allowed the idea to perpetuate like that, when clearly they're entire galaxies and not solar systems in formation? Because if we had just realized that we were making assumptions that were already falsified, we wouldn't be in the situation of how did the Earth form? because clearly the universe is much different than what we're told. But yet, there's no changing it for some reason. But I just wanted to prove to people that that is where the nebula hypothesis came from, and that's why it's still popular even today. Alright, today is June 13th, 2015. Everybody have a good day.